Commander Jack Reynolds was enjoying his hard-earned retirement, fishing at his cabin, drinking beer at sunset, and not getting shot at. The sweet life lasted exactly 6 months, 2 weeks, and 3 days before a shimmering oval of light appeared over his lake, ruining a perfectly good Tuesday. Commander Reynolds called a melodic voice from the light. "Your presence is requested by the Galactic Alliance." Jack sighed, setting down his fishing rod. And here I thought the hallucinations wouldn't start until at least my second six-pack. The being that stepped through the portal looked almost human, except for the iridescent skin and eyes too large for comfort. "I am Ambassador Lumi of the 7th Quadrant. Earth has been monitored for some time, and now we require your particular skills." "Let me guess," Jack said, crossing his arms. "You need someone to teach you how to properly bait a hook." Lumi blinked those massive eyes. "We need someone who knows how to kill." Well, that escalated quickly. The Galactic Alliance headquarters resembled a giant snow globe, if snow globes were filled with alien diplomats instead of fake snow. Jack felt underdressed in his flannel shirt as Lumi led him through corridors of bewildered aliens. "Your species evolved on what we classify as a death world," Lumi explained, gesturing to a hologram of Earth. "High gravity, atmospheric toxins, extreme temperature variations, and abundant predators. You are uniquely terrifying." "We just call it home," Jack shrugged. "So what's the emergency that requires us terrifying humans?" The hologram shifted to show a creature that looked like a cross between a velociraptor and a nightmare. "The Vorrax. They've broken through our outer defenses and are consuming their way through peaceful systems." "Consuming? Like, literally eating people?" "Yes. Most Alliance species evolved without significant predator pressure. We lack what you might call killer instinct." Jack studied the tactical displays. "So let me get this straight. You've got faster than light travel, artificial gravity, and whatever that floaty thing is over there, but nobody thought to invent guns?" "We have defensive technologies," Lumi said defensively. "But our soldiers freeze in combat. We need specialists, humans who understand predatory thinking." Jack pinched the bridge of his nose. "I'm going to need a team." Recruiting went faster than expected. Turns out Fight Aliens, Save the Galaxy works better than LinkedIn for getting responses. "Let me introduce the team," Jack said to Lumi 3 days later. Dante Rodriguez, demolitions expert. Was building pipe bombs at age 12. A muscular man with a permanent grin nodded. "Only for educational purposes, of course." Nina Petrov, former Olympic biathlete turned military sniper. Can shoot the whiskers off a cat from a kilometer away. A tall woman with a severe haircut simply raised an eyebrow. Christopher Rook Bishop, tactical specialist. Chess champion and the reason several terrorist organizations need new leadership. A lanky man with glasses waved absently, absorbed in the holographic displays. And Penny Wu, tech wizard. Hacked the Pentagon at 16. They hired her at 17. A young woman with blue-streaked hair was already dismantling an alien device. "Your encryption is cute. Like, preschool-level cute." Lumi looked horrified. "You're bringing a child soldier?" Penny snorted. "I'm 28, dude. And these are normal humans?" Lumi whispered to Jack. "Oh no," Jack grinned. "These are the weird ones. That's why they're the best." Training the Alliance troops was like teaching calculus to goldfish, theoretically possible, but frustrating for everyone involved. "No, don't apologize to the target," Jack shouted, watching an Alliance soldier lower his weapon after firing. "It's not alive. It can't accept your apology." Nearby, Nina was demonstrating sniper positions to a group of tentacled aliens who kept tangling themselves up. "So your species has never had a war?" Rook asked an Alliance officer named Pelkin, who resembled a blue giraffe. "Minor disagreements resolved through philosophical debate," Pelkin said proudly. "Is it true humans fought over sections of the same planet?" "Buddy, we've fought over which sports team is better." The first real test came sooner than expected. Alarms blared throughout the training facility. Vorrax scouts, Lumi announced. They've breached the perimeter. The Alliance soldiers immediately formed their standard defensive posture, which apparently consisted of standing in neat rows looking terrified. Scatter and take cover, Jack ordered, but the aliens seemed frozen. For the love of humans, take point. What followed was a 3-minute masterclass in Earth combat tactics. Nina picked off 2 Vorrax from her hastily established position. Dante used improvised explosives to corral a group into Rook's crossfire. Penny hacked the facility systems to trap others between security doors. Jack tackled the lead Vorrax, wrestling the creature in what must have looked like a suicide move to the Alliance troops. He dodged razor claws, finding the vulnerable spot behind its skull and applying pressure until it went limp. When the dust settled, the humans stood panting amid Vorrax bodies while Alliance troops stared in shock. "See," Jack said, wiping blood from a cut on his cheek, "not so hard." But as he studied the fallen Vorrax, something bothered him. Their attack pattern hadn't been random predation. It was coordinated, almost military. Since when did predators use tactics? "They're being controlled," Jack announced in the strategy room. "These aren't just animals. Someone's directing them." The Alliance general, a crystalline being named Zareth, chimed skeptically. "Vorrax are apex predators. They hunt instinctively." "Yeah, but predators don't sacrifice themselves as distractions," Rook pointed out. "They don't focus fire or create flanking maneuvers." "We need to change our approach," Nina said. "We're not fighting beasts, we're fighting soldiers." Penny projected her findings onto the holotable. "I've analyzed communication patterns. There are encrypted signals directing Vorrax movements." "From where?" Lumi asked. "Unknown, but I'm working on it." The humans' battle plan confused the Alliance leadership. Zareth vibrated with concern. "You want to split forces? Allow vulnerability in Sector 3? This contradicts all defensive protocols." "That's the point," Jack explained. "If someone's pulling the strings, we need to do the unexpected. Make them react to us." "And your species specializes in the unexpected," Lumi observed. "You have no idea," Dante grinned, holding up his latest explosive creation. The Battle of Tari Station would later be taught in Alliance military academies, though most of the actual tactics would be considered too unorthodox to implement. The human plan worked brilliantly and terribly at once. Dante's explosives created a tactical nightmare for the Vorrax forces. Nina established killing zones that funneled enemies into prepared ambushes. Penny's hacked drones confused enemy communications. Alliance commanders watched in horror as the humans deliberately exposed weaknesses, retreated, broke formation, all the things their training said never to do. Yet somehow, it worked. "They're adapting," Jack shouted over the comm as he led a small strike team through maintenance tunnels. "See how they're changing formation? Someone's giving them new orders." "I've almost triangulated the signal," Penny reported from her command post. Wait, that can't be right." "What is it?" Rook demanded. "It's coming from within the Alliance leadership vessel." The fighting paused as this revelation sank in. "We've got a mole," Jack said grimly. Infiltrating an Alliance command ship while technically being allies required creative thinking, fortunately another human specialty. "This is absolutely unauthorized," Lumi whispered as she led the human team through service corridors. "If we're discovered, then we'll be right about the infiltration and proven correct," Rook said logically. "Or we'll be wrong and face discipline. Either way, better than everyone getting eaten." Penny worked her tech magic on secured doors while Nina covered their advance. They reached the central communication hub and found something unexpected, not a Vorrax infiltrator, but a small, unassuming alien that Lumi identified as a Nexar diplomat. "Counselor Veth?" Lumi gasped. "What are you doing?" The Nexar turned, unsurprised. "Ah, the humans. I wondered when you'd figure it out." "You're controlling the Vorrax," Jack said, weapon trained on the alien. "Why?" "Economics, Commander Reynolds. The Alliance was too stable, too peaceful. No demand for our primary export security systems. A manufactured threat creates a market. You're getting people killed for profit? Dante looked ready to throw one of his special explosives. The Nexar have always been traitors, Veth shrugged. We identified an untapped market opportunity. And we've identified an untapped opportunity to kick your ass, Penny muttered. Jack stepped forward. You overlooked something in your market research. Humans don't like being manipulated. What can 5 humans do against the established order? Veth smirked. The Alliance Council trusts us implicitly. Jack smiled. Penny, are we still broadcasting? To every Alliance system, she confirmed from behind her portable terminal. Live and untraceable. Veth's smug expression vanished as he realized his confession had just been transmitted galaxy-wide. You underestimated us, Jack said. Typical mistake when dealing with Deathworlders. The aftermath was chaotic but productive. Alliance species, it turned out, might lack killer instinct but possessed righteous indignation in abundance. The Nexar plot was dismantled, their leadership facing consequences under Alliance law which, while not involving prison, did include something called empathic restitution therapy that sounded worse than jail to the humans. The pacified Vorrax, freed from Nexar control devices, were relocated to uninhabited systems where they could hunt non-sentient prey. Turned out they weren't evil, just manipulated and very, very hungry. 1 month after the crisis, Jack and his team stood before the Alliance Council as Lumi presented them with ceremonial medals. Humanity has proven itself not just capable of violence, but of wisdom in applying it, the Council leader announced. We formally request an ongoing security partnership. So you want to hire us as your bouncers, Rook translated. I was going to say strategic defense consultants, Jack corrected, but yeah, basically. Does this mean we get cool alien tech? Penny asked hopefully. Within reason, Lumi answered with what passed for a smile. Though perhaps we'll monitor your internet more closely before sharing everything. Probably wise, Nina agreed. As the ceremony concluded, Dante leaned toward Jack. So, is this a short-term gig or are we looking at career changes? Jack watched the diverse Alliance representatives mingling with his team, exchanging stories and perspectives. For the first time, the aliens weren't regarding humans with fear, but with something like respect. I think, Jack said slowly, that the galaxy just got a lot more interesting. Behind them, an alarm suddenly blared, and Lumi rushed over. Minor situation in the Cygnus sector, she explained. Some kind of space anomaly generating unusual readings. Jack sighed and glanced at his team, who were already gathering their gear with varying degrees of enthusiasm and complaint. Like I said, he muttered, interesting.